Right, guys, welcome back to the kitchen. Right, we need to cook today. It's fresh fry fish Monday. Okay, get chopping up there, Abby.
Yes,
Come on,
chef.
big man. Let's do this. Let's get the big one there, nice and slippery. Let's get this bad boy on. Fuck me, honestly. Is that on? Right. Give it a little slap, buddy. Slap that. Harder. Do it harder. Get the wet off it. Yes. Enjoy that. Right, straight in there. Let's get the seasoning on. Right, ready to add some seasoning. No Virgil, right? No Simicast. No bloody Endo, right? No Van Dijk. No Robbo. 50% of the team are academy graduates. Hold that, Robbie. Ty. Get in the pan, buddy. Jesus Christ, he's a slippery one.
There's a little bit
honestly.
here.
What have we got?
We've got Ben White's tan.
Ben White's tan. Bloody cumin.
Yeah.
Turkish. Hold that. Get that in there nice and strong. Get some seasoning on it. Cecil, this one's for you. Hold that, you sausage. What are you? You're an idiot sandwich. Bosh. Who else do we want? Who else was chatting some rubbish? B.A. Stricto. Bosh.
It's a lot of fish.
It's a lot of fish, but we're cooking. My hands are raw. Jesus. With fish meat.
Fucking raw.
Jesus Christ.
Raw.
Honestly, this is going to be unreal. Robbie, hold that, you sausage. You're a fish.
That's a tears.
Bigger fish to fry.
Tears of
Where's
Robbie.
the seasoning?
Tears of the Arsenal.
Get some all-purpose on there.
More.
Jesus Christ,
tears.
he's Caribbean. We need to make him feel at home.
We got.
Honestly. I know it's the new year. Let's get some salad on there. Honestly.
We've got King Kai.
What we
King
got
Kai
here?
Havertz.
Cut this up. What's wrong with you, man? You're going to be sacked.
Yes, chef.
And you're barely in the kitchen today, and neither are you. 1-0. I'll let you in, though. Honestly. Come on, get that ready.
We've got the FA Cup gone. Premier League gone.
Emirates
Carabao Cup
Emirates
gone.
Cup gone.
Do you know what they had?
Next
They
up.
had the Community Shield.
Yes,
That's it. The Community Shield.
Cook it!
Cook it. Get in there. Stunning.
Look at that.
Oh,
Honestly. Oh, the salt. We need more salt. They're too salty, these gunners. Honestly.
There we go.
You carry on cutting now,
we
big
had
man.
the wind.
Honestly.
The swirling wind.
Swirling.
The
It was
rain,
windy
it was
last
heavy,
night,
it was
Abby.
heavy rain.
It was freezing at the
Heavy
Emirates.
rain. The referee,
Honestly,
the
get out.
ball was out of play.
If you haven't got what it takes to cut it, get out the
Get out.
kitchen. If you can't handle the heat, get out.
Garnish.
Garnish that. Don't forget to put some salad on. New year, new diet for the Robster. Honestly, fuck me. What are you doing here?
I'm just
get out the kitchen. Get out. Get out. You can't handle the heat.
Am I Mikel?
Get out.
Am I Mikel Arteta?
Honestly, you are. Piss off. Come on.
That's garlic.
How are we
That's a
looking
big old
here?
fish. That's a big fish.
Can we get some more seasoning, please, in here? Fuck me.
Wait,
What's going
chef.
on? That's ready. Take it out to table 4. Take it out. Honestly, they were first, and now they're fourth. And guess what? The best till last
Robbie's kitchen
This.
nightmares.
is gone. And my trophy, that Robbie told me. Not anymore, buddy. Hold that. Welcome to the kitchen. Welcome to DR Sports Weekend Roundup. Let's cook.
So I'm going for Arsenal winning by 2-1. Tight game, 2 great teams. But on my way to the Emirates, we're going to do this.
All good things come to an end.
Oh my God.
And Liverpool lead.
And there you go.
Diaz. You're too overconfident.
I'm not too overconfident.
You are.
I'm just telling you what I see.
Every Arsenal fan that's been at me, what? It's 2-0 in your garden, lad. What? This is a joke.
Out of the FA Cup, Robbie.
How did we lose? How did we lose again? I'm asking that question, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What can I say? What a depressing Monday morning it is to be an Arsenal fan.
Hello, welcome to AFTV. It is fan cam time. We have just suffered another loss. That's 1 win in 7. This is an urgent crisis meeting. It's the AA Arsenal Anonymous. They have been anonymous. Turkish, talk to me. What did you make of the game?
How's it going, people? How's it going? What can I say? I mean, the performance. Look, you have to take a look at the manager. We're not performing the way we was last season.
it's not been good enough. I've been saying it for weeks, but I couldn't say it when we were top of the league. I can say it now. All those people in the comments, all those people in the comments. Look at us now.
Look down the lane.
Look at us now.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about King Kai because his reign has been short as King Kai. Do you really think he was what Arsenal needed in the summer? 65 mil, but they needed a striker, didn't they? Really.
The wind was swirling, the birds were chirping, the trees were blowing.
Nah, Rob, come on.
We got bigger fish to fry.
So you don't want to be in the FA Cup?
Bigger fish to fry.
What about the referee?
Was he bored? I rest my case.
Now, this is an urgent appeal. Please make sure you do donate. The link is in the description to the AA Arsenal Anonymous Crisis Appeal. We are taking donations to the Striker Fund. It will go a long way in terms of giving West Ham more money for Declan Rice. It will also go a long way because they wanted to give more money to Chelsea, didn't they, for Kai Havertz. And at the end of the day, I feel like
these performances, right? You see you, Kai Havertz. I've had enough of you. You need to get out of my club. Get out of my club.
Welcome to the weekend roundup. I knew it was coming, man. They're coming in hard, isn't it? They're coming in hard again on me. Fish out here and all that. But listen,
we've really leveled up this season. I feel like.
Shout out to production, man.
Yeah,
Big up to AGT, Liverpool, Abbi, Tottenham, and Matisse, Chelsea. No flex today. Flex today.
No flex today.
Doing some Sky Sports thing today, but
to be fair, they haven't played yet. Have
and maybe he thought to himself, "Boy, let me just wait until we played before." But no flex today. But we're here today discussing the FA Cup weekend. Of course, the big game yesterday. There was a game, wasn't there?
Unbelievable.
There was a game.
There was a game. The way you lot are carrying on. All right, go on.
Where should we start?
Go on.
I don't know. I mean, we can start off with the players that were missing the game yesterday. We had no Virgil, Robbo, Tsimikas, Bajcetic, Thiago, Salah, Sobo, Endo, Matip. It's no problem. We dealt with you. 50% of our team were academy graduates. I heard Cecil the Sausage talking about interns coming on and taking the P. That's what we did. We took the mick out of you. I told you this was our playground. I told you that you've got bigger fish to fry. You've run out of fish, Rob.
Well, let me just say, right? The way you're describing the game, it didn't go like that.
I do agree.
And you know it didn't go like that, right? So,
all I know is,
listen, you were a nervous wreck at half time, right? Because we absolutely dominated the first game.
I was having a drink, mate. I don't know why.
I know you when it comes to football, right?
Right, yeah.
You're a nervous wreck at the best of times, right? I know that you was getting bopped about off the pitch. The only reason, and listen, it's not an excuse, and we got to hold it. It's our fault.
In your garden.
It's our fault for losing that game yesterday because we didn't take our chances. If we'd have took our chances that game yesterday, we'd have won easily.
Okay, but you didn't. So what do you want? I know is...
No, we didn't, and you won, and you deserve to win because you've taken your chances. But don't come in here giving it all the, some supreme performance, do some masterclass or something. It weren't.
But right now, top of the Premier League,
League
Cup semi-final on Wednesday, into the last 16 of the Europa League, and into the fourth round.
What did you just say before that, though?
Vamos. Cállate, respecta a la gente.
Respect the people.
La escudo, respecta.
What did you say?
Estamos hablando.
It's a key word that I've learned that.
Go on,
right
teach
now.
me some lessons. But I can't talk about the present, I can't talk about the future, I can't
glad
talk about the past.
What
can I talk about?
I knew that word already anyway.
So
I knew that word already. I'm saying right now.
Arsenal fans, when they were top of the league at Christmas for the second year running, they didn't know about right now.
No, of course not.
When they were...
When Robbie told me.
Not this one.
When they were talking about London is red...
When you say Arsenal fans, which Arsenal fans?
Just Arsenal fans in general.
Because me, when we was top at Christmas, I said, that already mean nothing.
Whoa, hang on, because outside Anfield, you said top of the league, remember that?
Yeah,
and now what?
And then you cut out
Did
the
you
rest
forget
of it.
that?
You cut out the
You
rest
told me
of
to remember it. You forgot it.
No, remember what you
mad.
You cut out the rest of it.
Don't deflect already.
Wait a minute. No deflection. Don't use the word deflection.
Get it out,
I'm not
Abbi.
deflecting.
Someone in the chat said stands for deflected, Robbie.
You cut out the rest of what I said after that. Is that it doesn't really mean nothing. It's great to be top of the league at Christmas.
We'll have a
but
look.
even if we won yesterday, right, I wouldn't be getting carried away. But listen, well done. If you want to get carried away,
You
with
told
that,
me this week,
well done
on my
to you.
trophy
You know
that,
what I mean?
14 time.
Yeah.
On my
We've
trophy
won it the
that.
most times.
And
Are
now
you going to
look.
go on and win it?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Exactly. You're carrying on like you've won it already.
No, well, we've beaten
No,
the
you're
best.
carrying on like you've won it.
We've beaten the holders.
You're
of
carrying
the most
on like you've
FA
won the
Cups
league.
already.
The way he's
Not
talking.
carrying on like
the
nothing.
way you're talking,
Just came to
Alex,
cook
the way
you.
you're talking.
Don't deflect, man.
You're carrying on like you've won the league.
Yeah.
You're carrying on like you've won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You've won the League Cup.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
and
The
you've
quad's
won,
on.
And you've won the Europa League.
The quad's on till it's off.
I know you want.
All
I
I-
know you want
all I
some-
can
you want
talk
some
about is
allies
the
over
present.
here. I get
I want-
it. You want some allies.
You know what I
Until
want to
it's
talk
off.
about? I want to talk about some of these players.
Yeah, I think we need to.
I think we
Because-
need to.
You got,
No,
you
no,
got your
and you
set.
can do, but I'm just saying, well, when he's there describing it like it was some sort of beatdown, I'm sorry, man.
Let me talk
You
about your
know-
right back. Ben used to be white, right?
Ben's tan
Because
now.
this guy is coming like he's just walked off the Benidorm set. I don't know what he was trying. No yellow card for that takedown on Curtis Jones. Your players dissented to the referee 4 times and got away with each one of them. Harvey Elliott did that and got a yellow card. So you can talk to me about, you think you've done this, you think you've done that.
no,
We
I'm
did
just
what we
going-
had to do. No one gave us a chance.
You did what?
Right?
No,
we
come on,
we played
nobody
the
gave you a
kids, we
chance.
took
You're
the
Liverpool.
piss, and you can't hold it.
I don't think no one gave you a chance.
Took the
No one
piss.
gave him a
Liverpool,
chance. I don't
Liverpool
think
took the
that is.
piss.
You're not.
Man's
It's not like
talking
you were
like
a
he's
little.
flipping
You're not
shit.
underdogs.
You
You're
know
top
what
of the league. You're not underdogs.
These
You're not
man,
underdogs,
you know what I
ever.
mean? Listen, you know
You're
what?
never an
I want man
underdog.
to start coming in here, right, and talking what your team's gonna do before you start running up your mouth. You're not Sheffield United. You're Liverpool.
yeah.
Like you're talking like you're some
But the
big
way you lot
underdogs,
was
right?
going on.
The game, right?
And my trophy
yes,
that.
Of course, you had some players missing. We had players missing too, right?
What?
Yeah, I mean, don't
One.
come in with all that, right? The first half, right? We should have bopped you off. We were bopping you off the pitch. The only reason you were still in the game, which is our fault, it's not an excuse.
thank you.
We didn't take our chances. Don't make it out like it was something like
Second
you came
half.
and you dealt with us.
I have
Second
to
half,
say,
we were all over you,
first
mate.
Right, I
half,
had a cup, fair
first half, I
enough.
actually thought Arsenal were the better team.
I agree.
And
I
for-
really
and-
did.
And for a portion of the second half.
And I couldn't believe that how many chances you had
yeah,
and you missed.
Missed ridiculous.
So-
Talk
yeah.
about the players because we
Bro,
did miss a lot.
Get the
of
feel, get the
chances.
feel to it.
People are talking about, based on the first half, you can't blame Mikel Arteta because they didn't take their chances, they created chances, right? We've been talking about Arsenal this season, creating less chances, playing with a less, like a lower tempo and controlling games and not blitzing teams, not flying forward. They create loads of chances. But you signed Kai Havertz. That was your decision to spend £65 million on a player that has been poor in this country for the last 3 years. He's not a striker. He's not a midfielder.
Not
he doesn't
Nate.
create
What is
chances.
he?
He doesn't score his headers. He doesn't take his
An
finishes.
idiot.
He doesn't shoot with any power. The Diaz second goal, he hit that and it stayed hit. Every time Kai Havertz shoots, it's some little, like flimsy little,
Bobble.
yeah, just little
Lightweight.
finesse shot.
It's just lightweight, yeah.
And for people to be saying that you look at Arteta for those missed chances. He signed him.
Shai Havertz.
He signed him. He chose to play the guy that was meant to be playing the left half space up front and putting Nketiah on the bench, who's the better finisher.
should have played him at left back.
And Saka. How did Saka not get hooked in this game? He was awful.
Awful.
And he left him on for the whole game. And I've heard people talking about Saka plays too much. I agree. This is why I don't really want to get onto Saka because I feel like you haven't got another option at right wing that you can bring on throughout the season. And yes, Fabio Vieira sometimes goes over there, but you guys have not
injured
really,
at the moment.
yeah, you guys have not really looked after Saka in terms of giving him competition since Pepe left. But to not take him off and just move Nelson over,
Pepe left.
yeah, not move
Wow.
Nelson over. Just you're bringing on Martinelli. Nelson wasn't as bad as Saka, and he's taken off Saka. He's left Saka on, sorry, and Saka was awful the whole game. He
The
couldn't
thing
do
is
anything
with
right.
Saka,
Locked up, mate.
I didn't get it.
Gomez
What it is
again.
What it is with Saka is that Saka's a player that he can be having a game where he hasn't really done nothing.
And then he can do something
and
out of
he can
nowhere.
still do something, assist, score. His numbers,
Happened against
his
Chelsea,
numbers
yeah.
are incredible. You saw it against Chelsea.
They're not that incredible,
even,
actually.
even last week's game against Fulham, he didn't really do much in that game, but he scored. So that's one of the reasons why he's such a difficult player to take off, because it's his output.
But that's what we say about Salah, not Saka.
But
Saka
is
can
his
be
constant?
taken off. He's
is
not doing them
for doing
numbers.
these full
No, it's
90s?
not that he cannot be taken off.
I don't think
this
that
is
you do
why
take
in a
Saka
game sometimes when you're chasing it, he's a difficult player to take off.
I don't think you
because
take him off. He's
he can
their
produce
star.
something.
He's their star player.
But the
Like,
thing
he is. It's like it would have been the same as Spurs taking off Kane. We never took off Kane. Ever.
But Kane put up
You don't really
30
take
plus
Salah.
goals
I think-
a season.
No, I agree.
Saka's
But,
doing 14.
but
Yeah,
Saka,
but Saka-
is the equivalent to Arsenal. What Kane?
I
don't think
agree.
he should be.
I don't
Saka-
agree.
Not of the same. They're not on the
Thierry
same
Henry
level.
is, not
Saka-
Saka.
They're not on the same level,
Saka
but
is
in
not
terms of
Saka.
importance, what I'm saying, in
You're
terms
getting
of
it wrong as well.
importance.
Saka's not out and out goal scorer. He scores a lot of goals, but also what he does creates a lot. He creates a lot
Not
of assists.
recently.
Right? No,
Yeah,
he
but-
does. He does. Even recently. Even in games that he's not played well, he's created assists. He's scored goals, you know what I mean? So he's a difficult player to take off.
But if you're going to constantly keep forcing these 90 minutes, even when he's not playing well, how is his general performance ever going to improve if we're saying that he's played too many games?
No, I agree.
If you can never take him off.
I agree, but you've got to have somebody better to bring on for him.
But Arsenal
like you said, Fabio Vieira's out injured at the moment. There's not really a lot of options in that position.
Arsenal shouldn't be relying upon a 22, 23-year-old to be their talisman in a title race, right? We're talking about Salah, grown-ass man. Harry Kane, grown-ass man. You don't rely upon a youngster who's still developing. He's still going to have his peaks and troughs, still going to have his moments of, poor form to say that all that pressure, you are the talisman. Martinelli equally must contribute. Jesus must equally contribute.
Well,
it should be balanced. I don't think Saka should be like untouchable. He can't come off. He should be able to come off.
It's not just Saka, because last year that whole front three was scoring goals, right? So between them, they scored a lot of goals. The most goals we've scored at Arsenal, I think,
for a long
from
time.
a front three ever.
Yeah.
Right, last season. They're not firing this season. That's what the problem is. It's that yesterday it was clear to see. Actually, the last 3 games, we've had 61 shots. 61.
Even Brighton, you should have scored more.
1 goal. Even against Brighton, 2-0. We should have won that about 5-0.
Yeah.
At least you can finish your dinner. Arsenal can't.
Aston Villa away. Yeah, but I'm coming, See you.
And let's talk about.
I hold it anyway. Let me just.
Let's talk about him. Out jumped by Jota.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to.
Quantz is better than him.
I'm going to sit back off you, especially, and I'm just going to hold.
Big word, if though.
I know
it's a big word, Robbie, man. It's a big word, bro.
He can't take it.
That's one thing about me. I can take my cooking, but let me tell you something. When your time comes,
big words,
Liverpool,
massive words.
Even if you're in Liverpool, we will move the show there. I will come.
Please.
I will find you, bro. I'll tell you, you're gonna get the worst.
It's not easy to find me.
The way you're talking is like you've won everything already. You're talking like you won the league because you're top of the league. You're talking like you've won the FA Cup.
You done?
Because you're into the 4th round.
You done?
Yeah. They've won the Europa League.
Have you ever won
the quad, he's saying.
Have you ever been close? Okay. Well, let's talk about Saliba then, because I've been hearing for the last 18 months, Saliba world class, better than Van Dijk. How dare you ever put that man's name next to Virgil van Dijk's again? He's had an awful month, Robbie. Fulham, poor. Liverpool, poor.
It wasn't poor against
Ramsdale,
Liverpool.
Awful in goal yesterday.
No, what are you talking about?
Getting finished off by Kiwior.
No,
he's come out to claim it, and his arms are like the inflatable
Do you know what?
Family Guy.
No. If you're going to
doing the Sturridge dance, trying to catch
he's
the corner,
supposed to have stats and facts.
Honestly.
Ramsdale was poor.
I didn't think.
What are you talking
Did you see
about?
the first goal?
Right.
If anything,
Ramsdale, that brilliant save he made, right when
he
was the ball came through
near post,
a player's legs. A brilliant save. Ramsdale in the first minute of the game,
played that ball to Nelson.
He should have had an assist if Nelson wouldn't have effed up that chance, right? What an assist! What do you mean he was poor?
Well, for the first goal, he was poor. For the first goal, he should have caught that.
Nobody sort of went past
Pony, mate.
Saliba's Pony.
No, I said Ramsdale for the first goal was Pony.
Huh?
It's grabbing up thin air.
No, that's because Kiwior's an own goal. He came to claim the ball and Kiwior's headed the ball
miles from it, though. You've got
to
look at
Ramsdale's
the 1 to 11 yesterday and say they weren't up for it.
No. You got to talk facts.
What date is the next game?
February the 6th.
The 6th.
And we will be there.
Yeah, let's see.
We will be there.
I have to ask you a question. I feel like you've only won 1 in 7.
One goal in 3.
And I remember when Spurs had won 1 in 4. Had lost 3 on the bounce or 4 on the bounce.
You lost 3 on the bounce, yeah.
There was a lot of conversation about
Premier League.
Ange.
Yeah.
So I
wasn't saying to sack Ange, though, was I?
You were saying there's big questions about Ange.
Yeah, and
big
there's
questions
big
about the
questions
style of play. Big question about that.
There's big questions about Arteta.
That's what I'm going to ask you. So what is the situation with Mikel Arteta? Because let's say we get to May, let's say you haven't won anything again. Let's say that we're in his what year? 4th year, 5th year of the project.
Full year.
You do have to question Mikel Arteta.
Listen, of course, if you're a big club like Arsenal and you're not winning things, questions need to be asked. But then there also has to be context put onto things, right? Yes, we've got out of the FA Cup, and yes, we've had a really bad December. But on the whole, this season we've done well.
But are you any better this season than you were last season?
After last season, when everybody just said it was a fluke. Oh, you never get a chance like this again. You never challenge again.
Are you doing that well, though?
You never challenge again, right? we are challenging for the league, despite the last. You don't think we're challenging for the league?
You're saying we're still.
Are we
doing
challenging
well.
for the
you're
league?
Not in any cups.
Right. What do you mean we're not in any cups? We're in the Champions League
Robbie,
still.
you're not
What are
going to
you
win
talking
that, are
about?
you?
Get your facts right.
you guys-
so let me just finish.
you guys
right?
have regressed, though.
Let me just
You
finish.
have
Let me
regressed.
just
You can't say
finish.
you've improved.
We have regressed because we were top last season, and at
No,
this
no,
stage,
not just table performances.
Yeah.
We've seen it, regardless
performances
of the table.
because there've been players that really performed well last season that have been underperforming. So of course we've regressed.
And also, you've spent a lot of money.
But we've regressed in some areas, but I do think we've improved in some
Say
areas
you're doing
as well.
well, though. That's a
And
stretch.
right now, despite what you guys are saying, right? Let's wait. We topped our Champions League group, right? Which one of those
So
games
you're gonna win that?
you're talking about was a draw. Right, was because we'd already topped the group, so we could basically just put out a B
Champions
team
League,
in
you're
that
fine.
thing, right? We topped our Champions League group, and we're 5 points off the top of the league halfway through the season. So there's no need to panic yet, but of course questions will be asked. If you're at a big club like Arsenal, and you're not winning things, you're not winning FA Cups and that, questions quite rightly need to be asked. But I don't think there's any reason to panic at the moment. He's having a tough time at the moment.
Some people have been saying it's a crisis. I think your brother said it was
My
a
brother
crisis.
said it. I don't agree with my brother. I said
know.
that you can see you see his interview. You see my interview yesterday. I don't agree with him. It's not a crisis. It's a bad situation. It's a bad situation which the players have to fix. I mean, really and truly,
Not the manager.
What I would love to see is Arsenal go out and buy a world-class striker. But the problem is,
Got
and
no money.
we know that would fix it. But the problem is, who is that guy? Ivan Toney's come out today and said he's staying at Brentford.
Which was
right?
obvious.
Which is what he said, I've got to repay Brentford.
Yeah, of course he does, yeah.
And
He does.
that was always
That
going to
a few
be the
weeks ago.
case, right? And then who's the other? Victor Osimhen? Who else?
Is it not for is it not for the manager to fix? And let me say this,
Of
right?
course, of
you're
course.
saying it's the players, right? There's too many attackers not performing for it to now be down to each of them individually. Collectively, they're not performing. So now I have to look at the manager.
Of course.
The system, the tactics, the way that Arsenal attack now.
Of course.
Arsenal.
If you was going off of yesterday, I'd say
No, not yesterday. Just in general.
Yeah, in general,
For
yes.
why your performances have dropped
in
off.
general, yes. But if you have to look at the last game, isn't it? So if I look at Fulham, I was like, that was a poor performance by the team, really poor, right? And even the previous performance, no, actually, the West Ham one, we created a lot of chances. But the Fulham one, I'm like, that's poor, man. Where's the attacking play? Why did we score and just... But I saw a response yesterday because the attacking play was excellent. We weren't finishing. So he needs to go away now and work on that and get these players firing again. If he can do that, and that's what he's paid for, right, I think we can have a good end to the season. The thing is about it is that, of course he's under pressure. If we're winning, we big him up. If we're doing badly, which, it's unacceptable really when you're a club like Arsenal to lose 3 games in a row, right? Lose 2 games in a row at home, which is a place where up until yesterday, up until when we played West Ham, we hadn't lost at home all season. So, but it's not a crisis.
But the thing is, though,
it's a bad situation that now is where he needs to earn his money.
But Robbie, these attackers were not playing well before this Liverpool game or before this run-in. All season, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, they've all not been performing to the level of last season. That's why I'm saying, even when you guys were top of the league, the warning signs were there that you guys are not playing as well as you did last year in terms of scoring goals and in terms of your attack. Now, Havertz was a big risk that he took, and at the moment, I know he had a little blip, but it's not paying off because when you need someone to now perform in that front line, this is the other option.
Not striker, he's playing.
What is he?
He looks
this is
much,
the question. What is he?
He looks when he was playing.
Arsenal fans were telling me he's a striker.
No,
He's been playing
no.
this is
Just before he got,
He's not a midfielder. He's
before he got
Apparently
suspended.
he's an 8. Apparently he was brought in to be a
Is he an
replacement
8?
for
Is he a 9? Is he a
Just before he
10?
got
He's an eight.
suspended,
What is
he was playing in that midfield role, right? And he was doing good. He scored some very important goals. He was playing really well. He got that suspension, come back, didn't have a great game against Fulham, right? And then was played in a striker role yesterday, which I didn't agree with. When we was doing our starting 11, I was like, I'd play Trossard there, right? I was kind of surprised that we played him there, but Jesus was out again, right? So we had to play him there. But this is and you can see where I do agree with you, and you said it before, and I agree with you. He's not a striker. He's not clinical enough to be a striker.
He's not a midfielder
He
either.
can fill in. He's a versatile player that you can say, right, you go up front and play striker. He kind of understands that role a bit better than some of the others.
Robbie, I fell for this trick before. He was at my club. He's not versatile. He's not. There's nothing that you can tell me that Havertz is elite at. He's 6 foot 4'3". He can't head the ball. That opportunity he had to put the ball in the back of the net with his header, he missed it. His shooting is like a 12-year-old. He can't dribble. He can't pass. Low blocks come. No one looks to Kai Havertz to put the ball through the needle. I'm telling you now, this versatility rubbish that we were talking about at Chelsea, it doesn't exist. And Robbie, for 65 million, I'm seeing reports.
65 million.
I'm seeing reports. Oh, Arsenal FFP, they can't get this striker, they can't get this player because we don't have the money. You've signed potentially a Kudus and a Madison for the price of Havertz, and it's not working.
65
he should be burying those chances.
Yeah, of course. 65 million is not fulfilled.
But also,
let's wait until the end of the season.
I also don't feel like at the end in the summer last year, I don't feel like you needed to go and get David Raya. Personally, I don't think that.
I do agree.
David Raya hasn't improved you.
We saw
Kai
yesterday.
Havertz hasn't improved you. I think Urian Timber probably will improve you.
No, Urian Timber's
I think
a brilliant
if you were
player.
looking in the summer, what you needed a good 8 to replace Granit Xhaka, and you needed another striker. I think as a backup.
We needed a striker, but we didn't get a striker.
Mikel Arteta has decided to go and do these transfers. He said they're his signings, and I don't think they've improved the team. And I think they were probably the wrong decision.
I don't think Ramsdale played poorly yesterday. I really don't.
No, I mean, what game was he watching?
When I look at him,
Alex,
Raya has been making those mistakes that you're saying from Ramsdale. There's been no difference between Ramsdale and Raya. There's been no difference.
Ramsdale played. I want you to tell me how Ramsdale.
All that's happened is you've unsettled Ramsdale. All you've done, guys, is you've unsettled Ramsdale. You've lowered his market value. You haven't bought Raya yet for that obligation or whatever it's 30 million. You created disharmony for no reason. You've not improved in your goalkeeping.
I agree. Listen, on the Ramsdale one, I agree with you. We didn't need Raya.
No.
And I think Ramsdale, I like Ramsdale. He's a good keeper. He showed yesterday. I think that was a wonderful save he made. And I don't know what game you was watching to say that.
It was a pretty routine save.
We're watching to say that Ramsdale had a bad game. I don't know if you watched the game. You watch it?
No, he got down quickly.
I was standing there watching you cry, mate. Don't worry about that. Anyway, let's get into the Super Chats.
Liverpool red-tinted glasses.
Let's get into the Super Chats. And listen, we should be happy right now.
And make sure you read all of them today.
We should be
because
happy.
remember last week.
Trust me, you don't want me to read all of these.
Listen, I can take it.
Okay, let's get into it.
I can take it, but you last week, remember he's trying to dodge certain ones, so please.
Okay, we'll make sure. We'll make sure, won't we? By the way, just under 9,000 of you watching. Not even 900 likes.
Come on, after that intro.
Get that up!
Smash the button.
Now!
With some dislikes.
Get it up now! I want at least 1,000 by the time we finish this.
1,000 dislikes for that intro,
yeah? 2B says, Robbie, does it just boil down to the fact that Arsenal last season was a fluke? We could have won if we scored our chances. Shameless interview, he says.
No, wait a minute. How can it be a fluke when we're back up there again?
Okay.
It's not a fluke. Arsenal, he's got the team to a stage where the team is challenging for the league.
But as you said earlier, we have to wait.
We have to wait.
You've been up there, but you're 1 point ahead of Tottenham.
At this moment,
if you lose a couple more games, you're not really up there.
But at this moment in time, it's not a fluke, is it? Because all season long, this Arsenal team has been challenging for the league so far. So it's not a fluke. So
as we said last year, season doesn't end,
100%.
Exactly.
4 months,
Goonerman. Let's see what Goonerman says. It was only a tin pot trophy, Goonerman says. Well, Robbie told me this week, I might trophy that.
No, never.
He was pointing at it.
Again, get your facts right. When have you ever heard me say that?
It was on the AFTV Superfan debate. You said, my trophy. Get the clip up, Jace. Get it up.
Yeah, I said it's our trophy. We won it the most times. It is ours.
Okay, but then Goonerman says...
Listen, I said... The Carabao Cup for me is a bit of a tin pot trophy for me, right? The FA Cup is different. The FA Cup, listen, I'm upset we're out. That's a big.
Okay.
We've won it 14 times more than any other club in this country, right? And it's a great competition to win right at the end of the season. So no, it's not.
I thought I was playing Spurs yesterday in that white kit. We have bigger competition.
Wait a minute as well. Let me just expressions. Everybody coming at that white kit, right?
It's a nice thing.
That's for a great cause.
No, it is 100%. And we were clapping. Did you see the Liverpool fans clapping?
You weren't clapping. You was probably.
Of course I was. I was like
I give full respect, right, to Arsenal for what they've done with that, bringing awareness to knife crime in this country. He's rubbish about trying to be prime Real Madrid and that. That's not the time for those jokes.
Liverpool fans are another city that's been massively affected by all of that. So we were clapping it. It was the loudest clap we did yesterday, actually, Robbie.
You weren't clapping.
Of course I was clapping it. Don't insult me like that.
I looked over there. You was like, right.
You couldn't see me. You can't see me. Are you blind?
You can see me.
Yeah, I saw you crying, mate. After.
You said you can see me. I can see you there.
You could tell these guys didn't do their fan cams after the game.
I was clapping.
Getting it all out on the table.
It's a great cause. It's a great cause. And we were clapping it. It's a very important cause. All I was talking about was the colour.
You can't hold another L to
Tottenham.
Liverpool.
Anyway, we have bigger competitions to compete in, like the league and the Champions League. Liverpool won't even get to the final, says Goonerman. Ilyas says, big up to Abbi for this banger of a line. This is AA Arsenal Anonymous. They were anonymous. Keem Shakes says, Robbie's going to start saying it was the plan to exit the FA Cup for the Champions League. Bigger fish to fry, FC. You man are a shambles.
Bigger fish to fry.
Aaron says, LFC out, Van Dijk, Mo, Sobo, Robbo, Simicast, Thiago, Bacetic, Endo, Matip. AFC out, Partey, Zin, Jesus, Timber. Don't say you had injuries, Rob. Klopp changed the tactics.
Partey.
Mikel Arteta doesn't.
Listen, we've got a lot of key players out. Stop moaning. I mean, was it Bacetic? He's been out all season, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's some names on that list. That's
Mo Salah
before the
Virgil van Dijk.
There's some shameless names.
So Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah,
Thiago's shameless, and Bacetic
Robertson,
as well.
Thiago been out all season.
Timicas.
You know, we can carry on. There's about 11.
You had a lot of players who came back as well, like McAllister and people like that. Right? Yeah, I mean,
when me and Flex were reeling off our injuries.
Yeah, you used to say they're making excuses.
No, I'm just reading out the super chats.
Hold on, what about
it's not my opinion.
None of you cared about my injuries.
Just reading out the super chats.
Listen, both teams were pretty equal in the lineups. Let's leave the
exactly.
Out
That's it. Yeah, I mean,
but
again,
just reading out the super chats.
Your lineup was still good.
Just reading out the super chats.
Liverpool fans. You know what I mean?
SD Dowie says nothing, just gives us money. Shout out to you. Shy One says,
sure that's not one he's tried to skip.
Did they retrieve Havertz from Quansar's pocket yet? I don't think they have, unfortunately. We're still looking. There is a search party out there for Shy Havertz.
Again, he weren't in no one's pocket. He missed chances. That's not being when you're in someone's pocket is when you shackle him.
He was in his own pocket.
He didn't. Maybe he's in his own pocket. He weren't in his pocket.
Arba says Arsenal are just not on our level. Just accept it, Robbie. City is our only rival. You will never win the league with Arteta as manager.
How do you know?
Well, speak to Arba. It's not me. It's not my opinion.
How do you know? Look at that. Klopp's a great manager. I really respect Klopp. Fantastic manager. He's won the league once. In 8, was it 9? He's in his 9th year.
8th, actually, because last year you were saying the 7th season syndrome. How's the 8th season going?
So it's the 8th year. All right. So Klopp's in it. Klopp's in his. Wait a minute.
If you don't win it, Pete.
Klopp's in. Yeah, you carry on.
Anyway, let me get through the super chats.
Wait a minute. Klopp's in his 8th year. He's won the league once. The Premier League has won it once.
Arteta should have
in the COVID year, right? So I'm just saying, right, before you get carried away, it's Pep who's won it all those times. He's only won it once.
Thanks to cheating.
All right.
Justin says, just want to say thank you to Robbie for his Save the Bridge campaign. Arsenal loved it so much they bought Havertz for 65 million to help us up the Chelsea. Man like Sadiq, Robbie.
And then what did they use the money on?
Yeah, it's true. Robbie, 50 million Onana talk. What's going on? Come on, you Gunners.
Yeah, there's big rumours today that Arsenal are in big talks with Everton over Amadou Onana. Would be a great signing, but do we need that night? Right, what we need is a striker. But I keep saying, who?
Tells me you're selling Partey.
But yeah, but Partey would definitely be gone. Listen, he's played like 3 games this season, and he's out, and he didn't go to AFCON. And they said, if you listen to what the coach of Ghana said, Chris Hughton actually, he said that. The injury that he suffers, the worst he's ever suffered in his career, and they've got to take their time in bringing him back. So who knows if he'll even be back this season.
When does his contract expire? Not this season.
Not this season. I think next season. They're definitely going to sell
The only thing I've seen from him this season is volleying what's it called, a baby shower balloon.
Well, he's been out injured. You know,
well, should be volleying. That's maybe how he got injured.
It's a big thing when our players.
Anyway, let's move on.
But when your players are out injured, what have you seen of Thiago?
Shout out, by the way, to all the likes that are coming in, just under 1,400 now. Arteta too scared to take off Sacco. Joke manager says trouser. 2 Beast says, real question is, was last season a fluke for Arsenal? Real concerns about their direction. Robbie gave Ramsdale an 8 and all the players at least a 6. Laughing emoji. Hope Banda says, Don, no one cares who dominated the game. In the end, people remember the winners, 100%. Not the dominant side. How's life going for the best CB pairing in the PL anyway?
100%. And I said right at the start, that, you know what I mean? I'm not making any excuses. It's our fault. If you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you can't say you're unlucky. We had enough chances to win that game, but I was just trying to sort of recorrect you, because the way you were trying to carry on, I was like, you played us off the park or something like that, which is not the case. Because I knew you were there nervous at half time.
We won, you lost. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We got the result.
We lost.
Did you win the field tilt?
How was that? What was the percent on that?
Probably.
I don't know.
I'd say they probably did.
I'll tell you already, I don't do.
Based on what I watched, I would have said they
Macca
probably
Maurice.
did.
Because usually the fan base celebrate that, don't they? The Arsenal fans do tend to celebrate it.
What's
Shout
this
out
field?
to Cecil
I don't, you
Turkish in the
haven't
chat.
mentioned anything about field tilt.
They
But
love
I'm
to
sure we won
celebrate
it.
We have asked you a question in the poll. We've got 2,000 votes. Are Arsenal in crisis? 72% say yes. 28% say no.
It's not a
Macca.
crisis. It's not
Oh,
a
it's a
crisis.
crisis. It's a crisis.
If a
They're not in a
crisis is
crisis.
being
Had more possession.
if a crisis is
They have
being
more
fourth in the
possession.
league,
Wow.
It's good.
I'm on the field.
if a
still.
crisis is being fourth in the league
XG.
and still in the Champions League after winning your group,
Fair enough.
I'll take a crisis.
Macca says Saliba best in the world. Big game players win you games. Where was he at? Fulham, West Ham, Liverpool. Remember Saka best right wing in the world.
Hold on,
Non-existent.
no one said that Saliba is the best in the world, but he's definitely up there as one of the best in this league. And he's an excellent player, and he had a good game yesterday. And for you to say he had a bad game, I don't know what you're watching.
Got out jumped by Jota. We hit the bar twice.
said-
Remember, let's not pretend like we didn't pepper your goal as well a little
You
bit.
didn't pepper our goal. You hit the bar, yes.
Twice, more times
Long,
than you.
yeah,
And we scored
all
two.
your stuff was from long range. You didn't pepper us.
I don't know. Jota header for
peppered
6 yards.
Did
That's
we
not
pepper
long
you?
range, mate.
Did we pepper you?
Yeah, but what did you do?
No,
Came
but
out
you
with
said
salt.
earlier on. You said we did nothing.
You're saying pepper. All I'm seeing is salt, though.
Earlier on, you said
Mad. Anyway, stop interrupting me. Let me
why
get through
Man
these
City
super
have to win
chats,
the
man. Zizou says Saka is becoming one-dimensional. Reminds me of Pepe with less skills. Trouser says Malteser comparing Jesus to Salah. Ha 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 ha.
When did I do that? God.
There are so
Tell the
many
truth,
super
please.
chats. Oh my
Send in your
god.
receipts, guys.
Honestly, I think I've lost
Receipts,
them.
yeah.
If you've got receipts of where he's
I know,
made
here
that
we are.
comment, send it through.
Robbie is so bitter. Just accept defeat and be humble. You lot were comparing Salah with Van Dijk. He's not even better than Konate. Hold that L. Konate, man of the match last night as well, by the way. Yadvendra, shout out to you. Kinye says the Don is salty because of Lee Mason, lol. Redman says, Robbie, Gunners can't shoot and you can't dive as good as Liverpool. Reece Nelson dive was pathetic. Clara Bitsy.
Clara!
Good morning, Clara. How are we? We are in for the biggest deflection from Robbie since that Darren Bent beach ball deflection goal against Liverpool.
No deflection.
Mick Pango says, Saka is crumbling under the weight of the club. Arsenal need a striker who can take some of that weight
Saka will
off.
come back good.
Was looking forward to a Thai interview yesterday, says Hope. No Thai chat yesterday. He was on the COP TV, to be fair. But Clara says, again, if Jarell Quansah was an Arsenal player, he would already be labelled world class. Nico says, Kevin De Bruyne back. A City is coming for that treble repeat. Just watch. Arsenal will go home empty-handed and Liverpool will get the tin pot double, Europa and Carabao. Better than nothing, isn't it? Macca again. Arteta, 700 million spent in his tenure. Half a trophy won that he came halfway through, so it's meh. Eighth back-to-back. Asana happy being nearly men. Honestly, there's so many super chats. Trouser says, at least now we know why Konate starts for France. Karthik says, more than Arsenal not playing well, Liverpool was simply amazing. Konate, Trent, Gomez, superb. Jota is boss at the Emirates. Audacity some people have to compare Arsenal and Arteta to Klopp. Yadvendra, Robbie was comparing Arteta with Klopp. Klopp won the Champions League in his 4th full season and won it all by his 7th season. Arteta has won FA Cup in 5 years. Don't compare that fraud with an all-timer.
Talking about the league.
Nams Mall says, we have every right to celebrate in the position we are in now. Everyone wrote us off with the signings we made like Endo, dry your salty tears, Robert. Raj, Robbie Tile has sold out to Arsenal establishment. Woodsy, Liverpool could have had 5 or 6 to be fair. Mike says, yeah, AGT should chill. I'm a Liverpool fan, but the season is long and there are no truly standout teams. Everyone will get cooked at some point this season. Still waiting for mine. Spriggsy, 88. Abbi, it was nice to see Bentancur playing on Friday after his season-ending injury against Villa.
Oh, little dig there.
Sinister Mike, if Spurs finish above Arsenal this season, is it Arteta out time? If not, then when? What is the point of no return? Clara again. Robbie said, Arsenal have improved in a few areas. You have scored less goals, conceded more goals. You rank 13th in the league for goals from open play. So which areas have you improved? Can you please explain?
Oh, she always talks so much sense, Clara, don't she?
She does.
She does.
We had actually, up until the past couple of weeks, we had the best defensive record in the league.
Yeah.
But
Robbie,
couple
the
of weeks can be a long
delusional,
time.
says Felix.
But
giving
so
ratings.
you don't go into a bad team overnight.
No, you're 100%.
So-
and Arsenal aren't a bad team. They are just going through
According
a big
to you,
bad
we
right
are.
now.
No.
Robbie was delusional, giving ratings of 7s after the FA Cup defeat is beyond mad. Robbie is so bitter he can't even congratulate LFC on their FA Cup win.
I did.
He did do that.
Did you?
He did do that. Clara again.
Clara.
And trust me,
Big up
Robbie,
Clara.
for the preview of your next game against Liverpool, you definitely need Ty to sit next to you. If you invite FJ, For any of those super fan debates, we would love to see Ty versus FJ. Bruce Jenner, shout out to Brucey boy. Kane and De Bruyne aren't world class because they haven't done it in big games, but Saliba is. Saliba hasn't even played a big game in his life, SMH, says Bruce. Joe says, Liverpool supporter, but I've been thinking, why don't Arsenal approach Bournemouth for Solanke and trade him for Eddie plus cash? At least you can get an informed striker. Hamza, Robbie's best quote from yesterday. You're missing Salah and Van Dijk, and we're missing Jesus and Zinchenko. Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby vibe. What the hell? Karthik says, Robbie, if Arsenal wins a trophy, most times it's prestigious. If they haven't won the Carabao Cup, it's Tim Pot. What is it with this stupid narrative? Trouser, Klopp couldn't be bothered and brought on 2 kids to lose the game. Todd Miller says, trolling Todd is back again, like troops. A few more. One deflected cross was Ali's only semi-difficult save, says Woodsy. Sahil says, have you recovered Saka from Gomez's pocket? And Arsenal have not won the league in 2 decades, be it COVID or not. Say what, Robbie? Keem Shakes.
You've won it once in your
Robbie
history.
No, football started before 92.
No, in the Premier League, you said.
Okay, but
No, you just
before
said Premier
92,
League.
we've still got way more
Yeah, I know that,
championships
but you're
than
Premier
you
League,
do.
you've won it once.
Yeah, you've won it 13 times. We've won it 18, 19.
Yeah. I know that, but you've won it once in your history.
Okay, where's your Champions League?
The Premier
You've
League,
never won any of
Premier.
them. Anyway,
Premier
Keem
League.
Shake says
He
Robbie
brought
has
Premier
more
League.
chance.
Can we get on with it?
I know, honestly, they keep sending them in. Robbie has more chance of losing his belly and seeing his toes for the first time
Wow,
than
that's
Arsenal
rude.
winning
That's
the...
rude.
No, that's out of order,
That's
Keem
rude.
Shakes.
Go
Have
on,
some
dub it.
respect, man. My brother Robbie, don't say that. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne, you boys week after week question the City boys. Love to see the Emirates in shambles. Come on, City from Toronto, says IZA. About 10 more here. Abbi and Matisse, AGT watched with your eyes closed, says Nailesh. Shout out to Neil with the super chat, no text.
I don't know.
Tahir, Robbie is elite, but it's time for Robbie to admit Arsenal are no longer an elite club. Hashtag bottlers.
Rubbish.
4 more. AFC fans and double standards. Didn't they say City and Spurs were in crisis mode when they had similar form with star players out? Can I get some more?
Not crisis, no.
Emery to finish.
Playing badly.
Arsenal.
Crisis.
Blaze. 3 to go.
Did I say Spurs was in crisis?
You said that
Not
we need
crisis.
to
Can I
get a
we need
water,
to ask
please?
big
My mouth
questions
is
about
hella dry.
Asking big
about
questions is not a
Postecoglou.
crisis.
Someone
You know, I did say Chelsea was in a bit of a crisis, which they are.
Yeah.
Chelsea can't be in
You
the
are
mid-table.
very hard on Spurs.
Oh, 100%.
No, I was
Very
saying,
hard on
I said
Spurs.
if he loses the next, you even said it earlier. If he loses the next game, do you need to?
Fish is back.
The
The
fish.
fish is back.
AGT is the Yaya Sanogo of DR Sports, says Amin.
Who is?
Me, apparently. Ronnie Dodge, 2 more to go. Ineos win more trophies for United than Arteta. And then Josh says...
Ineos. Is that the manager now?
Could AGT be more biased? No Partey, Jesus, Timber, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, yet they played the second team. Thank you for your
God, that's
super
been a
chat.
lot of super chats.
Big up for the super chats,
Wowza.
man. As I said, right.
What's the talking points today? Shall we talk about some other games?
We're gonna move on to
shall
other. You're gonna win the FA Cup now.
Well, it's my cameraman's wedding day on the same day, so no.
Or you are in a pickle.
Big pickle, trust me. Every round
Surely
we
you
get
don't-
through,
you-
I'm like, oh,
You got a
You
problem.
just don't go to the wedding, surely.
I can't do that, man. I'm a groomsman. I can't.
Looks a
See where your
See,
priorities are.
I've
Oh,
got the
it's my
excuse.
boy. That's my
That's
brother,
probably
man.
one of the
It's my
best
brother.
excuses I've ever heard for not.
Not wanting
But
to.
guess
After
what?
all
We
that
might
shit-
still
knocked
win
out
it.
Arsenal.
After
What are
all
you
that,
gonna do then?
after all that
Yeah?
chess.
We didn't need nothing.
But anyway,
else,
let's move on to some of the other games because there were more than one game in it. Not the most exciting of games in it. It was a decent game between you guys and Burnley,
Oh, we
and
were crap.
Tell that to Maidstone, mate. Have
it
some
wasn't a
respect.
very good performance by Spurs.
No,
but it
we
took
were-
an absolute worldie though by Pedro Porro to
What
win
a
it. It was a
goal.
great goal.
What a goal. We were really poor, I'll be honest. Like, you could just see we were proper leggy.
Trepid.
Yeah, like, again, no Son. Richarlison just... It's funny because, like, I obviously, like, get really excited when he scores because I'm happy for him that he's, you know, he's managing to actually get some goals after what an awful season. But, like, he's just so awful to watch. Like, he's so lethargic. He's heavy touch, heavy-footed. Like, there's nothing graceful about Richarlison. And, like, in my honest opinion, he doesn't remotely fit Ange's style of play. And it's one of those things that I think we'll probably maybe try and move him on in the summer.
How much do you think you'll get
down
from
the
him?
drain?
I don't know, but I wouldn't care. I'd just rather just get him out. Like,
but you have changed a little bit.
yeah,
in the last
or
week.
do you know what? Okay, or what I would say is not get him out, but he would not be anywhere near the starting 11. And I think if everyone's fit, he's not near the starting 11
agree.
anyway. I think he's good to come on if you want like a plan B of something, but like he just doesn't fit in this high
You were
intensity,
bigging
quick.
up his goal record last week.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Like, as I just said, you're not going to get nibble out of me for
Moving
that.
him
I've
on.
just said it. He doesn't fit with Spurs' style of play.
We got the nibble.
I think it's a massive downgrade to obviously go from having Kane to then having Richarlison as your
can't
starting
believe he
striker.
cost 60 million.
He cost £60 million. It was
That needs to be looked
a
into.
silly amount of money. It was an Antonio Conte signing. He wanted him. And
thought he was
I don't know
better.
why, because actually, to be fair, in the Conte system, he wasn't good. But
Conte's never
I
good
could
for a
kind of
recruit.
see.
Conte needs strikers that don't
I
score
could
goals,
see
to
it
be fair.
more.
Your forward players were giving me Arsenal settings. Like,
Yeah.
what's the other player? The way we're playing at the moment. What's the wide player that you bought from
Brennan
Forest?
Johnson.
Brennan Johnson.
Can't hit a barn door.
Great player
No end.
until he gets right till the end of it, and then again.
He cost quite a bit as
And
well.
he's a £40 million player, isn't he? And he's like
45-50 million. He
Yeah.
costs a lot of money.
Same price as Palmer.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of
I
money
I would love to have Cole Palmer. There is a lot of questions or a lot of criticism, I'd say, in the fan base at the minute about Brennan Johnson. I'm trying to not be critical of him because it's his first season at Spurs. It's a step up, I guess, from Forest, and that's not being disrespectful to Forest. It's just a bit, it's different pressure.
But don't worry, because you've gone into the
Timo
playbook,
Werner.
right? Timo Werner is the guy that's going to come in and get all those goals for you.
I had a conversation
Don't
with
worry.
Matisse, right?
My Champions League triangle have all ended up at my ops. I've got Timo Werner there, I've got Kai Havertz over there,
And you got
and I've got
Jorginho.
Flex with Mason Mount.
And you got Jorginho.
Jorginho over there as well.
Jorginho's played well.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
I
played some nice
I spoke
passes.
to Matisse on what day did we speak? Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
Saturday, and Matisse hadn't
Whenever
even
the news
seen
broke.
the news, right?
No, I didn't.
So
I
this
was
is how the
just chilling.
conversation went. I said, "Talk to me about Timo Werner." Shocking. You interested? I go, "Have you not seen?" He went, "Just seen," crying face. I said, "Obviously wanted to give ourselves an extra challenge. Wasn't enough having just Richarlison up front. You couldn't score." He said, "I'm screaming." I go, "What does he offer?" He goes, "He works hard." I went, "Well, what else can he do?" He goes, "First touch,
Fast.
X. Dribble, X. Finish, questionable. Header, X. Strong, X. Quick, tick. Press, tick. Holds the ball up, X. Running behind like a weak Nunez, tick. Passing, questionable." So I went,
Disrespectful.
can't wait. However, this is another one that's also like split the fan base from what I've seen. I actually don't think it's a terrible signing.
Tobes
because
does, doesn't he?
It's Toby thinks it's awful from what I've seen
Yeah.
of what I've seen him writing.
He's not a good footballer.
I think it came as a shock. Like when I saw it on Saturday, I was like, "What on earth are we doing?" But the more I've kind of looked at it, the way that we play in this high intensity, high line attacking football, he has got the pace. Look, he's from his time at Chelsea, he wasn't particularly good finishing, bar that first season.
No,
They
he was never
had-
a
No,
good
just
finisher.
never.
Well, if
I
you,
don't know what stats you found, but they
I saw his goal ratio.
fraudulent.
That first season, 19-20
I need to check this.
at Chelsea, it wasn't too bad. I think he might be okay in this Sanchez season, but it's also one of those things where it's like it's not gonna affect us that much. It's a 6-month loan deal. We need a striker. Son's away until probably end of Feb or mid Feb at Asia Cup. So we need someone. You can't rely on Richarlison. Brennan Johnson again is really low on confidence in front of goal. You're kind of playing Kulusevski a bit in a 10 at the minute until Maddison's back. So I think it's one of those things where it's like it can't hurt. It's not damaging to us.
Apparently it took
The-
2
the-
minutes
the
to
season that
convince
you're
him.
Yeah,
referring
because
to-
again, when there's no money involved, Daniel Levy's happy.
The season that you're referring to, he was at Leipzig. That's
Sorry, okay, he was at Leipzig.
At Chelsea, he
Yeah,
scored
he was
six
at Leipzig.
six Premier League goals in 35
Yeah,
games.
look, it's not the
And
best.
4 Premier League goals in 21 games. He has less. I think Jackson is about to equal his amount of goals in 6 months as what Timo Werner
But
got in 2 years.
it's not a big loss to Spurs.
I know
if
it's
he
not.
doesn't
I'm
work
just
out.
saying to you that
if he goes back. He's
Yeah,
got
I'm
a
just saying to you,
6-month
he's
loan.
not a good footballer
He's
whatsoever.
got an opportunity to come and
think
play
it-
in a very exciting
The fact
attacking
that
style
RB
of-
Leipzig are
style of play.
willing to
To
loan
let him
him,
go.
loan
That's
him
it
to a
all.
Premier League club
But-
and put an option, please, if you don't mind, 12.9 million as an option to
Yeah.
buy. That tells you.
But
you
what
need
I
to know.
would
At
say,
26
what
as well,
I
he's
would
not even
say,
And
like
that
he's
league
an
suits
old
him,
player.
and he's still not playing well
27.
over there. That league suits him.
But what I would say is that people are very quick to write off people. Like, for example, Vicario. I always held my hands up. I said I wanted David Raya in the summer because I hadn't seen Vicario play. I thought we're signing a keeper from, you know,
But you have
19
seen
million.
Timo Werner play.
I have. But what I would also say is when we got Bentancur and then we got Kulusevski, we were told these are, Juventus rejects. So I'm not saying that Timo Werner is going to come and set the world on fire at Spurs. I don't really have the expectation for him to.
But you should be aiming higher than that, though.
I agree, but they don't want to obviously do a lot of business in this window. We're going to sign a centre-back. I would have loved to get Conor Gallagher. That's obviously just rumours. I think that's something that potentially might happen in the summer. But, we don't want to go and spend big. Again, it's awful that we sold Harry Kane and then, haven't really replaced... you can't replace Harry Kane, but, of that calibre or of quality that, can kind of get that. But I don't think Timo Werner is an awful addition. I need to see him play in this system because this system might actually really suit him.
Okay. The thing is that just shows sort of a bit of desperation.
Yeah, we are desperate.
And does that also show that there's no strikers really out there that's available? The other one that I've heard name being sort of pushed around is Choupo-Moting. You know what I mean?
The market's horrendous.
The market is horrendous for strikers at the moment. You know what I mean?
The striker market is the hardest market out there. Hardest market.
I've got Chelsea fans in the comments telling me, oh, this is the type of fan I despise. He doesn't accept that this player's contributed to your success. I've just told you that this guy barely got double digits in 2 years of Premier League football, and people have the audacity to try and gaslight me and tell me that this is a good player. I watched him at Chelsea miss chance after chance after chance, but because he's a nice person, nice character, people sang his name and we put up with it. Chelsea, the amount of success Chelsea didn't have because this guy wasn't good enough, because Kai Havertz wasn't good enough, because Ziyech wasn't good enough. Think about all the Premier League title races we wasn't in. Think about all of the cup finals that we lost in to Arsenal, to Leicester, to Liverpool twice. Why is that? Because someone makes a run in a Champions League final and the pass goes beyond him between Mount and Kai Havertz. I meant to say, this is a great player.
Do you think that Timo
People
Werner
have lost
will
their mind, man.
Do you think he'll be a bad fit for Spurs?
I don't know what you're trying to do with him because everybody says Ange plays a high...
It's for the pace.
Yeah, but Ange plays a high line. Unless Timo Werner's playing against you, I'm not really understanding. From what I see, you guys, you like to keep the ball, you like to play good football. I thought you'd want someone technically sound, not someone who, in general play, can't really offer much.
Can't cross the ball?
He can't cross the ball, no.
I'm surprised by that signing. But let me run through some of the other results then. There was Tottenham, of course, winning that by a goal to nil. They go through. Fulham beat Rotherham 1-0, only 1-0. Brentford 1, Wolves 1. So they're going to have a replay in that game. Wimbledon 1, Ipswich 3. Coventry 6-2 winners over Oxford United. Maidstone with the big shock beating Stevenage, and they'll be hoping that they can get... maybe a Premier League club in the hat tonight because that's when the draw's going to be taking place. Leicester beating Millwall 3-2. Sunderland versus Newcastle. That was a big game. We all talked it up. What a letdown because I thought Sunderland played that game all wrong. I don't know if you guys saw it. They're trying to play out. They thought they were Man City. I thought the way to take on Newcastle, you've got to go blood and thunder, guts. They were trying to play the ball out from the back, and basically they lost the game through pure errors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting caught playing the ball out from the back, an own goal,
penalty.
And a penalty.
That's Sunday League stuff.
That was terrible.
It was like desperation. The way he ran back.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a really, I was really disappointed in Sunderland because I thought you got to turn it into a battle.
You have to.
And it weren't. It was, it's too easy, I thought, for Newcastle. But Newcastle winning that by 3-0. Blackburn 5, Cambridge 2. Gillingham 0, Sheffield United 4, Hull 1, Birmingham 1, Newport 1, Eastleigh 1. Eastleigh, non-league team still in a competition. Norwich 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Plymouth 3, Sutton United 1, QPR 2, Bournemouth 3, Southampton 4, Walsall 0, Stoke 2, Brighton 4, Watford 2, non-league Chesterfield 1. They put up a good fight in that game. Middlesbrough 0. Aston Villa 1. Aston Villa with a late goal to win that one. Deflected goal as well from Matty Cash. Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday 4. Cardiff 0. Swansea 2. Morecambe 0. Non-league team going out there. The goal for Charlie Patino in that
Expressions is in the chat.
Right. And Chelsea 4. Preston 0. It didn't tell the full story, that did it? Because
game of two
at half-time, it was 0-0.
Yeah, game of two halves. But... the more I've been watching a lot of other teams this season, and I'm starting to realise that it's very rare that I see a very good 90-minute bit of football from anyone at this point. Like, it's very rare that I see 90 minutes clean way through, and I'm like, yeah, this was a brilliant performance. So I'm gonna go a little bit easier on us. We weren't great in the first half, but at least we did fix up in the second. We made a few changes, and we got our act together. We shouldn't really be taking that long to get the first goal and finish them the way we did. But at least we got through in the end, and it wasn't a sweat. But yes, it's one of those games where you're happy that Sterling gets a free kick. A couple of others chip in with their goals. Enzo gets a goal. I thought he was a lot better. Alfie Gilchrist, another debut for him. Another youngster getting an opportunity. He was very good in this game as well. But am I taking this into the next game in the Premier League? And not really. It's 5 wins out of the last 6. Which
You're improving, though, isn't it? You're starting to see signs that Chelsea are starting we're starting to see these young players.
Yes and no. I think we're getting results in the last 5 out of 6, right? Wolves is the one game we lost, but it feels very similar to Man United when they were getting results against teams that they should be beating. And that's why I don't really want to get caught up in that and get too excited and think, we're on a run. On paper, we're on a run. When I'm watching us, there's still a lot to improve, whether it's build-up play, whether it's, the attacking third. It's not like I'm watching us thinking, this is like we're really improving from a tactical standpoint or from... The only thing I can say is we've got a lot of injuries, and I do feel for the manager in that respect, where every single time he's got someone back, they're back out again. Leslie Okachuku, Lavia, they're both out again. They just came back. So it must be difficult to find any sort of rhythm with the team when everybody's just falling to injury every 5 minutes. But I don't have any... feeling that now we're gonna move up the table like crazy. It's gonna be stagnant. We'll see how
Let
it
me
goes.
run through the chat. Says shame about the asna. Do. Remember that song you sing?
You know what expressions are? What I want you to do is state your position on these things now. Will Spurs win the FA Cup? And don't say maybe I hope so. You can only have chest if you're going to operate like a big club. Yeah. So I think we're asking you, Abbi, because he's the one who got the mouth, right? What are Tottenham going to do in the FA Cup, right? Besides going further than Arsenal, what are you going to do? Are you going to win it? Because you have not won a trophy since 2008. So what are you going to do?
It's big words.
Now I want to hear you talk. I want you to put yourself on the line. Put yourself forward with your chest and your club and tell us what you're going to do in the FA Cup.
He's not.
That's a fair request from the Don.
If you're bigging up your chest, if you're pushing yourself forward, I want to know what you're going to do.
No, you and Expressions have been doing the double.
Is that a fair request?
It's a fair request.
Is that a fair request?
Villain Art, Abbi.
Robert, I think it is a fair
Everyone's
request.
a bad man.
So Expressions, let's find out if you're a
Where am
real
I
bad
going?
man. Let's hear
I
from
would
you.
love us to win the
Real
FA Cup.
bad man.
Probably not, but I would love us to win the FA Cup.
She says it's not.
I said probably not.
It's not going to happen.
Right,
let
me move on with these. Man City 5, Huddersfield 0. The ominous signs for everybody. De Bruyne back with an assist. Doku back with a goal.
What a goal that was.
Right,
Griddies again.
they're back.
Griddies are back.
I know it's Huddersfield.
The Sharks.
But they're back. The Sharks are back in the sea, man. Nottingham Forest 2, Blackpool 2. Blackpool were 2-0 up.
Yeah,
Forest came back. Peterborough 0, Leeds 3. Did you see?
Oh my word!
Did you see
Patrick Bamford's
goal?
goal?
Yeah, it was so good.
Was that Griezmann or Bamford?
That was a banger.
Ampadu assist.
Shrewsbury 0,
scored 2 as
Wrexham 1, West Brom 4, Aldershot 1. West Ham held to a draw at home
That's
by
poor,
Bristol City.
Irons.
Irons
poor,
there.
No bubbles were blowing.
Yeah, and of course the game tonight is Wigan versus Manchester United,
Opposite.
and then we'll get to find out who is going to be playing in the fourth round. Arsenal won't be there, that's for sure. What do you guys think of the replay situation?
I heard a really interesting thing this morning, because obviously we as Premier League clubs probably don't really want a replay, and that's kind of the general consensus I've heard.
Nor do the Championship teams.
No, I heard quite a few Championship managers saying that it's important for them, and also obviously the lower league clubs as well, because they get the revenue from it. So that's the thing. It's okay for us, but it's not okay for them.
From our ivory towers that we don't want a replay, but go and tell that to Morecambe, or go and tell that to Gillingham. They need it to survive.
This is
but
what
the thing is,
we're running football clubs spending tens and tens
going back
and
to
tens
what
of
I was
millions.
saying the other day, I'd see the thing, right? Because the thing is, right, the ridiculous thing of it, right, is that they've got this winter break that they're doing. So when I was watching the game yesterday, I'm thinking, hold on a minute, if this finishes 0-0, next week, now Tuesday, Arsenal going to have to play, but that's their winter break that week. So effectively, they ain't got a winter break because they've got a replay. So that defeats that. It don't make no sense to me. I look at even the games that were over the weekend. If you look at teams from the Championship, League One as well, League Two as well, resting players.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You
but it is what
don't
it
need
is.
replays, man. And then if you look at it, I guess, all right, I know why they're bringing it in from the 5th round. They're saying no replays then because maybe a lot of those lower teams that might have relied on the revenue will be out. But I just think it's worked pretty well from what I've seen this season in the Carabao Cup, where it's just gone straight to penalties. Made for a better spectacle.
From an entertainment standpoint,
it's better.
better. Just go straight to penalties.
But from a revenue, you have to consider the lower league teams that need the money. So you have to consider that.
I don't know. I think
it'd be nice if there was another way of filtering down the money to them without having to do the replay, like
seeding.
And that's what you brought up
because you're playing a top team, so you're going to get more revenue.
Robbie, I got to say,
you're probably going to be on TV.
We're over 10,000 live viewers right
Love
now.
it,
so
guys.
big up to you, everyone at home. 2,000 likes. Let's get that up to 3,000. Production have put a poll up. Who has been on top form this show? Vote for your MVP. What we're going to do is every show from now on till the end of the season,
for your MVP.
we put AGT, Robbie, Matisse, Abbi and Flex in the poll, and you vote for the MVP. At the end of the season, the winner gets a prize.
You're up on 39%. You are.
Yeah, I'm up.
I'm on 13%. What's it? Matisse is
23, Abbi 25 at the minute.
Yeah.
So still time to go. It's super chat time.
Yep.
Lucas, who did the better tie impression last night? Lee for saying Liverpool were terrible, or Robbie for saying that Arteta wasn't at fault yesterday, but his subs were too little too late, or Arteta, remember Jota is inevitable?
No, it was because I said he wasn't at fault because he didn't miss the chances. So, there was enough chances in that game.
He did sign the player that missed the chances.
The substitutes did come late. Even if you sign the player, man, they'd come.
Yeah, but Kai Havertz was Chelsea's, I think, leading guy for big chances missed when you signed.
He was a leading goal scorer as well last year.
But he was also leading for big chances missed. And I think how many goals did he get? Like 7 in the league or something like that. So it wasn't. It wasn't something to sign someone.
Not enough.
Yeah.
But
Sahil says,
and he weren't the only one who missed chances, by the way. There were others. We shouldn't have lost that game.
Sahil says, one season wonder Saka. Carles Smith says,
one season wonder.
It
wasn't just one season he did it. And he's done it at international level as well. One of England's best players.
So Carl's Mick says, after meeting Edu, Robbie has become the world's biggest deflection merchant ever. He will never admit anything. You are fourth, my friend. Sit down, out of the FA Cup.
I have admitted it. I said right at the start of the show what was wrong. We missed chances. I said that, Liverpool deserved to win because we missed those chances. You've got to put the ball in the back of it. The game's about scoring goals. The West Ham 30 chances, they had 3. They won 2-0.
Amhara says,
our fault.
You guys disrespect Arsenal, even though we finished on the top of all of you and only City fan can talk. Yes, we need a striker, but we are still the Arsenal.
Can I just say about this logic? Only City can talk. No, you have not achieved anything. You've not won a Premier League or Champions League for 20 years.
Well, never won a
So why can you talk? Exactly. That's my question to you. Why can you talk? What have you done to talk? Second is not an achievement. Tottenham finished second. You mock them for it.
True.
Are you a bridesmaid? Are you Pochettino?
That's what we've been called.
Right, so you've not achieved anything. If you're a big club, you should never even say that.
We were bad.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm cussing. You should never say that. If you're a big club, have some shame. Have some shame. Put your medals on the table. I'll talk to you because you've done nothing.
We got told that we only put the pressure on.
Yeah, do something serious.
That's what you've done.
Talk about second place.
It's not enough. Last season, you just put the pressure on.
You ain't won a trophy since 2008, so you can't talk at all.
But last season, you bottled it.
Right.
You absolutely bottled it.
You've been bottling it.
But it's not about, I'm hearing a deflection.
Welcome.
You've been bottling it since you were founded.
You're deflecting.
Of the weekend.
I'm not deflecting.
You're
You've been bottling it since you were founded.
But this wasn't about Spurs.
You know what I mean?
The Matisse's point was about Arsenal. Matisse's point was about
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I said with
and
Tottenham,
the disrespect that you gave to Spurs when we put the pressure on.
No, but I'm saying that Tottenham, you've got a lot of talk, but you don't operate like a big club because you won't state what you're looking to do. You won't state, all right, this season,
in the first season
we are looking to win the FA Cup.
No, in Angie's first season, what I'm looking to do was to finish in a European spot.
I ain't having that.
That was it.
In a European spot.
Yeah, that was my aim from the start of the season. Go back and run the tapes.
Unless you've won it.
Run the tapes.
Philip says,
that's not
Robbie telling Abbi to pop up her chest is a bit mad.
Not much.
He actually was saying it to expressions. Jack says, could AGT explain why he has stated that Liverpool played the kids when only the centre-back who started plus 2 subs are from the under-23s? Arsenal only have themselves to blame as the game should have been done at half-time.
Because he was trying to make a
Yeah, he was disingenuous.
Fake point, as he always does.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
50% of our squad were from the academy last night. So
we
shout out to
had
them.
we had academy players there
Did it
as
work?
well. Yeah, I mean, Reece Nelson Academy, Saka's
work?
Academy. Huh?
Didn't work last night, though, did it?
Didn't work out.
They should be in the academy after that performance.
Didn't work out. But,
Joseph says, Robbie, say with chest, will Asna win the Champions League? Clip it. Which camera do you want him in?
I didn't say we'd win the Champions League.
But will you?
But
I probably.
if you're a big club, put
big
your
club,
big club, put your name on it. Come on.
I'll put my name on it.
Go
I
on,
said
say
it.
it.
I said at the
Their name's technically actually not on it.
Hold on. I said at the start of the
so
season that I don't think we've got enough to win the Champions League
Okay,
yet.
so you don't think you're going to win the Champions League?
They shouldn't win it.
Then just say we are not going to win the Champions League.
At the moment, I
their
don't
first
think
season
we've got
back,
enough.
innit?
Yeah, first season
Okay.
back.
Right.
We haven't got a lot of experience in
There
it,
we go.
but
Exactly,
I do think we can go far in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think we'd. I didn't say we could win
Semi-finals.
it.
Are you going to
What
win
I'm
the
saying
Are you going
is-
to win the
what I'm
Premier
saying
League?
is,
Are you
like-
going to win the Premier League?
Hold on. I think we've got a chance to win the Premier League. I don't think we can. I think we're in a weaker position now, but we're still in it. We're still in it.
But if you're in it, then Spurs are in it.
Yeah, you are, but
Yeah.
you
Then
carry
West
on.
Ham are
No,
in
but
it.
that's the thing. You carry on like you're all.
We're all in it.
As long as you're only in it until you have a setback. Then you'd be like, oh, we only wanted top
I don't
six.
think we are in it. But I'm saying
we
if
only
you're
wanted
in
the
it,
top six.
if you're
Are you in it or not?
No, and I don't think you're in it anymore.
So are you not? What are you in then?
Just living vibes, living life, living vibes.
Well, then don't talk
Everything
to us
they do
then.
every
If
season.
you're just living vibes, you should, I mean, I'm not even specifically
I'm here
talking
for
about.
vibes.
I'm not specifically talking about you. I'm talking about expressions. If you're just in it for vibes,
This season,
why have you got so much mouth?
They've always been
this
vibes.
Then,
season,
yeah, I mean, you may as
what
well
they do.
go vibes up with Everton and that.
this
vibes all the time, every year.
season,
When was the last time they wasn't in it for vibes?
Excuse you.
What?
Try and finish top 10. This
Oh.
season,
I'm going to a cup final
from the not yet, not yet,
Soon come.
not yet.
Soon come.
This season,
You got Ryan
I
Ryan
always
Mason's
said from
number.
the beginning,
wait a minute,
from
listen,
the
because on the phone
beginning
here.
of the
Wait a
season,
minute.
you can watch
Who's this?
watch everything. Is it
Expressions on the phone.
Yeah, how many times are you going to mention my
I'm
name?
calling out your name, bro, because you did a video. I'm calling out your name because you did a video. You wait a minute. No, you call me. You call. I'm talking to you, bro. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Now you listen. Wait, let me. You're gonna win the FA Cup. Are you gonna win the FA Cup?
Oh, we've only just got back in it.
Are you gonna win the FA Cup? State your position. Attention. State your position. What are you looking to do?
Yes, we can win the FA Cup.
Okay, thank you. That's all we wanted to do. Thank you. That's all we wanted to know.
and he's gone.
He said
Wow.
they're going to win the FA Cup, right? So if they don't win this FA Cup, right? If they don't win it, this guy are coming for you hard. That's all I wanted you to
He
do.
actually didn't say that.
No, he did. He said we win.
No. You
He
said
said
can
we
you?
win
He
the FA
said
Cup.
he said no. He didn't. He said we can.
He said they're gonna
we
win the
can
FA
win
Cup.
the FA Cup.
If you
he
don't-
said we can win
How
the
you
FA Cup.
coming
No,
across?
He
that's
didn't
all
say
I
we're
wanted him to
going
do.
to win the FA Cup.
All I wanted
Just
him
like
to
you
do-
said, we can win
Wait
the
a
Premier
minute.
League. We're not
I
going
just
to win the
wanted
Premier
him to
League.
state his position.
All right, super chat time.
Switching it. You're switching it around.
All right.
You're switching it around.
What did he say?
He said we can win the Premier League.
Okay,
We can win the
so
FA
that's
Cup.
cool.
Yeah, well, we can
Right.
win the Premier
So
League.
he's
We
stated
can
his
win the FA Cup.
position.
We can win the Premier League. We probably won't.
Perfectly
There we go.
cool. I just wanted to know
right.
because you can't be operating like a mid 1 minute and then the next minute you've got big chat when another team's not, you know what I mean? So he thinks they can win the FA Cup.
Just some interesting
That's
news
all I
that's
wanted to
actually
know.
coming into us. We're understanding this morning that Fabio Carvalho is travelling to Hull City to undergo a medical for a
have you done to
no
that kid?
loan move
Poor
until
kid.
June.
What have you done to that kid?
I don't know, mate.
He's
I
at
don't know
Leipzig,
what's. Well, we've called him back to send him to Hull.
That is
Hull,
a
to
drop
Hull
off.
and back.
That
Thought
is
you
a
would have
drop
took him to your wonderful academy.
Well, he's too old actually, Robbie.
How old is he?
23.
Sell
I'd say.
time to
Shy
sell.
one says KDB, Haaland, Doku back. Every team is being sacrificed this month. Mr. Wilson says a cautionary tale with Saka, as we did with Michael Owen, who is done by 25 from overplaying so much. So young, Arteta needs to be careful. Woodsy says, Matisse, my Champions League final triangle 3, all now at Oppo. Please define Oppo for a 10th place team. I'm confused. Ozan Kabak says, Don Rob getting so defensive. We know you're hurt. Rob says...
Oh, you hurt you out of the cup, man. I'm hurt.
Yeah, of course. Most cups have moved to pen shootout over in no time, says Rob.
Yeah, they've got to change
Shafai
it.
says, would rather have Werner on loan now than tie someone down on a long-term contract just to cover a few months and then be stuck with Deadwood. Werner has Prem experience, won't need time to settle. We'll come back to that super chat.
Think he will.
Tim Bala says, Kai Chavertz was so bad. Please do not play this man. He has no ball control. 4 more. Al Jabroy says, let's just enjoy the season. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want Spurs, Arsenal and Cheaty, aka City, are chasing each other. End of season, all 5 are in it. Luke says, Robbie, of us as Spurs, we have been bottling it for years. How come your saving grace Arteta has finished above us just once and is only a point from having lost half our team to injury, etc.?
He has actually won the FA Cup, which you're all mocking me for today. So
not with his squad.
He has
the COVID Cup, as you call the Premier that we won.
What he had at the time, but he won the FA Cup.
Is that going to be enough?
So that's not enough. It's a big club, man. We want more.
I agree.
But he's won the FA Cup, so for that person,
one FA Cup in 4 years is not
enough. It's not enough.
Not good enough.
But it's more than Spurs.
16 competitions.
Oh, what's the frustration?
No, because that guy was a Spurs. No, because that guy was a Spurs.
Oh yeah,
fan
but there's something else, man.
So
3 more to go before the show's over. I bet Chelsea out of top 4 for the next 2 seasons, says Amra. Saka is slowly becoming Kai Havertz, says Sahil. Clara Bitsy, wouldn't be a super chat without Clara's name ahead of it. I thought for once I would not mention Abbi, but big up Abbi, you've been amazing today. Also during the intro, that's only how far you get to being close to the FA Cup to get a good view of it.
She had to get a
so she got you. And the last one, SC Dowie, if Robbie had a superpower, it would be deflection. His name would be Deflector. Robbie had a superpower.
He could hold his community shield up and just
deflect. I'm like John Wick.
Yeah.
We need to find the shots.
Coming like Boris Johnson.
John Wick, man. You know what I mean?
I got this clip of you today.
Deflecting King.
That
man.
The deflecting King.
Raj,
we need
last
to play
one.
that every time. We need like a buzzer that goes like that.
I told you I'm John Wick, man.
Rob should
Robbie
replace Rishi Sunak in the election debates. You are a bit of a politician.
Robbie Wick, man, listen.
Is what it is.
I'll deflect all day long. But you can't deflect the fact that we are out of the FA Cup. That's no deflection. We're out, right? It's facts. And we have to hold that, man. Hold it. You know what I mean? And listen, it's been a great show.
It has.
Right, it's been a long show. How comes this show gone on so long?
I don't know, man.
Right, but it's been a long show. But listen, I've enjoyed it. Got to hold it. It's a bit of therapy, just getting battered by everybody left, right, and centre. Then I'm like, there's nothing else that can come at me.
Robbie gets battered every
expressions. I'm telling you again, right? I know you're coming for me on Friday, but let me tell you something, bro. We then got to the weekend United.
Oh, it's late.
All right. All right. Bear that in mind. Yeah. But listen, it's been a great show, guys. Congratulations going out to AGT.
MVP of the week.
It's mad after all that. You're only in the 4th round.
They're in the semi-final.
You think it's a semi-final or something? It's just the 4th round.
Big up to Matisse. Big up to Abbi. Who do you want in the next round?
Anyone. City away.
Maidstone.
City away.
Stevenage, if they're still in it.
They're not.
No,
They got knocked out.
Maidstone knocked them out, didn't they?
Anyone that needs the money, we got that at least. You know what I'm saying?
Maidstone,
please. All right. Listen, thanks very much for watching the show today. Don't forget, we'll be back on Thursday with a preview. It's a bit of a weird week this week because there are some teams on a winter break, like Arsenal, so you won't be able to go at me next week. We ain't got a game.
We were on a break last night.
And then there's some games that are going on, and the big game this weekend is Tottenham going to Old Trafford to take on Man United. Chelsea are playing this week as well.
Yeah, we got Middlesbrough semi-final. Liverpool got Fulham. So
that's right. The semi-finals.
Are you playing on the weekend
Carabao
or not?
Cup.
I'm not sure. I think it might be.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, listen, we'll be catching up with all of those games. So make sure you check it out. And thanks for watching the show today. And listen, man, I got cooked.
Where's that fish? It stinks.
It does stink in here.
God damn.